Hi. Okay, this read is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascending. I am Ascending Cancer, so I'm excited about this read. Let's see. I'll talk a little bit about the astrology right now. This read is for Cancer with the Sun in Aries, April 2018, and the full moon recently we just had was in Libra, and we are still under the effects of the full moon in Libra. And the full moon in Libra is all about the full moon is all about revelations and the light shining in the dark and revealing what's hidden at night or in the dark. And the moon always represents our subconscious, so it reveals our subconscious imbalances in our relationships, that things that we're not aware of, that we need to become more aware of in our relationships, and the imbalances, because Libra is about balance. So this full moon is going to reveal any sort of imbalance in relationships, bringing to light the problems so that they can be balanced out and resolved. And with the influence of Aries, the Sun in Aries, and Aries is all about action, fresh new beginnings. So either some relationships will end and new ones will begin, or the sort of negative blocking elements in the relationship will become revealed and seen and then balanced out, so a fresh new beginning can happen in your relationship. So that's what's going on with the astrology right now. And as you know, probably, Aries is the first sign in the horoscope because it represents the astrological new year, and that is basically the same as spring, rebirth, fresh new beginnings. So let's have a look and see what the cards have to say for Cancer. The Knight of Cups, the King of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Swords, Four of Swords, Seven of Cups, Nine of Wands, Two of Cups, and the bottom we have the Page of Wands. And let's call for a clarifier. Queen of Cups. Okay. Now, what is this read telling us that's going to help Cancer know or progress forward in their lives? And it looks to me like, take a look here. It looks to me like there's going to be the outcome is the Two of Cups. So that someone was saying they really like it when I show them the cards. So there's the Two of Cups. That's the outcome, as well as this. I have sort of two outcomes, and so we're going to basically this read is going to tell us a story of how we're going to get from here to here, and the journey on the way there is kind of interesting. I think what's going to become revealed for Cancer in this full moon in Libra is going to be the reasons for emotional imbalances in a relationship. So in other words, there's going to be progress made in areas where there's been instability around emotions, and there's going to be sort of a regaining of peace, of sort of peaceful thinking around relationships. So in other words, I'm going to say that it's like there's no real, I'm not seeing a real strong fear cards here. So it's almost sort of like a gentle balancing out of negative thinking about relationships, or negative ideas about why people turn away in relationships. Because this King of Wands is, I have union in the center, and the King of Wands is turning away from the center. But the Cancer is making very strong emotional progression in areas of relationships where people turn away from you. And there's sort of like an inspiration and a knowledge or a new awakening that's something that has to sort of end. So in other words, the Cancer is no longer tolerating relationships where people don't turn into the relationship or where people turn away. And there's sort of like an ending of the mentality that allows the Cancer to sort of to continue towards to make emotional movement towards people who have turned away. And there's a sort of a peace around that. There's a sort of a serenity and a calmness, and I'm going to say a balanced it's aligning the Cancer with their heart and causing calm and peace in their heart space about it, because the Cancer is aware now that if someone isn't turning around and facing the relationship and being present in the relationship with you, then they must be going for other options, or they have superficial motives for the relationship, or they're still interested in other superficial relationships. And for the Cancer, I'm seeing that they're realizing that they want a relationship that doesn't do that, or that a relationship that they want something that's safe from a person who's going to turn away and look for other options. So in other words, the Cancer has progressed mentally to a place of ending, I want to say, ending interest in those who turn away, and believing that there must be another option for them if that's the case. Even though somebody might even be very, very truly in their heart, it might even possibly be the one, but the shift for Cancer has to happen because the Cancer needs, there's a relationship trying to come through for Cancer, because that's the outcome. And so this is the only way that that you can balance yourself in this relationship that we're talking about, that you've had to that it's possible that the Cancer sort of hung in there while someone's turned away from them, but that's the thing that's changing for Cancer, is the area of interest in that person is dying. There's no more interest in people who turn away. And because the inspiring relationship for Cancer is realizing is the relationship that's safe. It's like a shifting in the mentality of wanting a relationship that's turned in towards you, and that's realizing that that's what makes it a secure relationship, the one to choose, the one that's inspiring. So in other words, the Cancer's not going to allow, whether that person is truly in their heart or not, they're not going to be inspired about the relationship while someone's turned away. The interest in people turned away is ending. And that's really kind of balancing them out, balancing Cancers out to be that's what's going to enable them to resonate at the right frequency for their true love relationship. That's going to empower the Cancer energetically to resonate at the right frequency, because it's going to release the resistance and allow the relationship to come through. And it's also going to become, because now we've got two cards here that represent this kind of the same thing to me, which is emotional stability. I always, the Knight of Cups is sort of offerings of love, right, as well, from someone turned away. From a new beginning is ending. So you can also look at it like this. We can also say that there is going to be an offering of love from a man who's turned away, that keeps ending, that the reignition keeps happening for, or restarts keep happening, and the fear of that, the fears involved around that are dying for the Cancer. In other words, the turning away is no longer a fear. So it could also be that. It could also be that there's going to be emotional offerings and from someone who has turned away, a King of Wands, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, and it can be anywhere in their charts, in their top three. So even if this person isn't necessarily an Aries, Sagittarius, or what did I say? Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo, then they've somewhere in it, oh yeah, I mean, either their ascending or their moon might be in the fire sign. So so what's happening for Cancer is a lack of interest in those that turn away, is going to pull an emotional, a more of a emotional offering, and sort of a romantic offering that's going to enable the Cancer to sort of realize that that shifting for them is going to allow this outcome to happen, is going to cause safety, and it's going to make the relationship secure, because the Cancer is stabilizing in themselves, bringing peace in their heart space, despite the fact that somebody turns away. And so that's a big transition for the Cancer. And at the same, though, here is the Queen of Cups, which is a water sign, which does represent Cancer. And so what that means is that this showing up here as a clarifier is showing that the Cancer are able to do this and still maintain an open heart. So in other words, the Cancer is not turning away from this person out of any sort of a resentment or anything, but they're turning away as a sort of open-heartedness towards life in general and themselves, and focusing on sort of a bigger experience of love in their life, rather than it just being pinned on one person. So in other words, the Cancers really turned their focus away from some sort of significant love that was not really reciprocal, and it's enabling the Cancer to sort of balance into a true, proper divine union, a heavenly supported relationship, one that is safe and secure, solid, and that's reignited by the heavens. You know, that there does this daily the feelings are daily reignited because it is supported by the heavens. It is the connection that has a deep soul connection. You know, the love that we are craving, or that we not crave, but you know, that sounds kind of like needing, but sort of the love that is the highest desired experience and love that we're seeking. So I'm going to pull a message from your animal spirit guide, and let's have a look and see what that has to say for Cancer this evening. Let's have a look. Zebra, let's see what it says. Let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected at all times. That is so great, because I get the Nine of Wands, which represents safety and protection. So it's almost like Cancer are able to sort of let go of your fears. So that's what this really represents, is sort of ending the fears that keep the Cancer from sort of letting relationships go that aren't reciprocal, and that aren't really facing in and having and sort of providing emotional fulfillment for the Cancer. So the Cancer is really balanced into what is important in a relationship for them in order to be interested in it, and that is to have the person turn around and be present and offering of true love. And that's a very wonderful step, because that enables you to take a major shift up in your relationship frequency. What the kind of relationship that you know is going to be manifested from that shift is going to be the highest kind that we seek. So I hope Cancer enjoys this read, and that you have a wonderful month in April. And thank you for watching.